welcome, right? Thank you everybody for joining us out here. We're gonna talk a little bit before we go meet our brothers and sisters, right, that have come out here to support you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alejandro Negrete. I've known most of you by now at this point, but let me just say congratulations, right, for what you all have done here. It's historic.
Yeah!
Right? Historic. Yeah. Now being joined by Teamsters, Amazon Teamsters, right, brothers and sisters from across the country, right, who are engaging in the same fight for things like a living wage, dignity, respect, right, health and safety. So welcome, and with that, I want to introduce Peter Finn.
All right. Everybody. First, I want to say you guys are an inspiration to every single Teamster, to the entire labor movement. What you guys did yesterday, or to demand recognition, to get a voice on the job, right, is what it's all about. It's about forming a union with your coworkers and standing together to get a voice on the job for fair wages, fair health care, for fair safety. Are we ready to fight?
Yes!
Now look, we are here today to say the 100,000 Teamster members in Joint Council Center have your back. The 250,000 Teamsters across California, the 1.3 Teamsters across this country have your back in this fight against this greedy corporation. Amazon made $30 billion last year. They are estimated to make $50 billion this year. And there's one question: when is enough is enough? And San Francisco Teamsters, Amazon workers like yourself in this warehouse, we're saying enough is enough. And it's time to fight, and we're ready to fight. Who's ready to fight?
Yeah!
Is enough enough?
Yeah!
You ready to fight?
Yeah!
All right, let's do it. Now I'd like to introduce Joe Celia from 2785, a local union right here in San Francisco. Joe?
Pleasure to meet you all. Number one. Number two, San Francisco is a union town. We are a union town. We represent UPS drivers, DHL drivers. They do no different than what you do. I know you're in the warehouse. You do the same thing that the workers in the warehouse do on a union facility, so you should be treated like that. And we're gonna fight for you guys.
Who are we?
Teamsters!
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 Union! The mighty, mighty union!
The mighty, mighty union! Teamsters!
When we fight!
We win!
When we fight!
We win!
Union!
The mighty, mighty union!
We are the union!
We are the
The
union!
mighty, mighty union!
The mighty, mighty union!
Right now! It was supposed to be what? Like 40 people walking out off of that ship, and they sent a bunch of people home. They give us ice cream in these like little like hat like bull boats. I just want to show everyone how ridiculous that is. Because they're scared as heck right now.
I want
they are
a contract.
terrified of us and our power out here, and this is our power.
My name is Leah Pensler, and I am a worker here at DCK6 in San Francisco. We are an Amazon delivery station.
How long have you been trying to organize? I know Amazon has spent a lot of money on lawyers to prevent unionization and try to coerce workers not to join unions.
We have been organizing here for over a year. We started organizing in, I believe, the late spring of 2023 is when we formed our organizing committee. And Amazon is just an increasingly brutal employer. They pose themselves as, a good employer, but they're the second largest private employer in the world, and we know that we experience every day that they have unsafe working conditions and are making so much money off of us, and we can't even afford to live in this city. So we just want fair wages, good working conditions. We want to have dignity and respect on the job. We want to just feel safe with our coworkers at work, and we know that we are going to get that through a union contract. But Amazon doesn't want to give that to us. They're so scared that today, when they heard about this rally, they sent a bunch of workers home, and they sent a bunch of workers home on unpaid leave because they didn't want them to see the power of all of us coming together. But we're doing that anyways, and we're going to be back here fighting every hour hour of the day until we get a high-quality union contract, and to allow Amazon workers in San Francisco to not just be able to work here, but to live here too.
Isn't it illegal to send workers home because some workers are going to have a labor rally? Seems like it's retaliation against workers so that they can't participate.
You know, I think what's clear is that Amazon is just, wants to scare workers. They don't want us to feel the power of being able to come together as a union, as a unit, and they're going to, they're going to give us ice cream at our breaks. They're going to start preaching safety suddenly when we know that these working conditions are completely unsafe, and they don't really care about safety. They really just care about profits. But we're here to say that we deserve better than that. We deserve dignity and respect on the job, and we're going to keep fighting together and keep building worker power at this warehouse, and join our union siblings organizing at Amazon all across the country in places like Skokie, Illinois, and Palmdale, California, in Queens, New York. We are part of a national movement, an international movement even, and we're not going to stop. We're not going anywhere, and it's when workers come together, we win, and that we know that's right.
Have there been a lot of injuries here?
I've seen coworkers, have concussions, have boxes fall on their heads. I know coworkers getting injured from hazardous chemicals that they're exposed to, and it's just the everyday wear and tear on our bodies even. And the part-timers here, the part-timers don't even have health care. All they have is vision and dental, and we're out here being paid just a few bucks, barely above minimum wage, like around $22 an hour, with low quality benefits, and they're exposing us to unsafe working conditions, and we have low wages. So we're not going to stop till we win. We need all the help we can get from our community, and we just know that when we fight, we're going to win a high quality union contract.
How long have you worked for Amazon?
I have worked at Amazon since March of 2023.
Monch Jeanette. I'm here today to support my co-workers and myself. We're really very unhappy with what's going on in there.
What is going on in there?
We just basically have people who are getting paid to do a job they don't do. Our safety is being put in danger. We're being worked like pack horses. No one cares. They just come in, they check in, they hit the clock, they get paid for what? Nothing. We just had a new safety person come into our facility, and no one's doing any of the stuff that they're supposed to. I've been there since 2021. I've been here, and I got transferred from another Amazon, so that they could upgrade over here. And since I've been here, I've had no training. They don't do any working wells, and they just basically keep hiring people. People keep leaving. And I'm like, that right there is an answer and a cry out for help right there. And I'm sure administration is seeing all of this information, and they're not doing anything. They just keep hiring people keep leaving due to mistreatment, due to all sorts of things. Most of the people that I deal with when it comes to the management, they're more childish than anything. They're not really professionals. They like to play and joke around, and that environment in there is not a place where you do that. They want to, how can I say, haze. They want to haze you and do a lot of things that are very dangerous. And so we're paying for it because we're the ones.
Have there been injuries there?
Oh yeah, I'm as a matter of fact, today at 3-something this afternoon, I have a work-related situation where I got hurt on the job. And since I've been hurt on the job, I haven't had not one manager ask me not one question about, are you doing okay, Miss Gums? How's your case going? I've talked with your agent, that's in care of whatever it is that's going on with your claim. And we were just, interested in how that's going. It's been 2 years. No one's asked me not a damn thing. Okay.
Where's OSHA?
I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen not a person. And for a claim to be going on that long, it's going on, it's been a year and something. It's been a year and some change. And so, like I said, I haven't had not one manager. I've just been switched from manager to manager to manager. And I've also been switched to managers I shouldn't even have managing over me. So like I said, they're definitely not looking at what they need to look at.
And are workers afraid if they join the union they'll be retaliated against?
I'm a worker. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I mean, that's our opportunity and our option as a worker.
You should have a legal right.
If we can join their medical insurances and policies that they have and their 401ks, I'm sure we can join a union. That'd be okay to do. And if you come in on a contract and the union agrees to do help and work that contract that the workers and union come together to do, then there shouldn't be a problem. But if that's not happening, then that's probably why the lawyers have gotten called in. But I'm sure that if we can come to an agreement with the Teamsters, as workers, and things can be formalized into a contract and it benefits us all, then I'm sure we can come to a good union together. The workers that I've seen, they've come in and they've gone out. They've come in and they've gone out.
Let's go.
So yeah, we're fighting for better wages, a better way of living, doing benefits. Amazon's $1 billion company. They got plenty of money. They can get back to some of the workers. UPS drivers make over twice as much. So we're trying to get them at least close to that level, which they deserve.
Parity with UPS drivers.
Yeah, they do the same work and they work their butts off. They deserve better.
And surviving in the Bay Area with the salaries, I mean, how do they expect them to survive if they don't have?
So when Amazon started finding out what was going on, they actually gave everybody I think a $1.50 raise. I thought that was going to calm everybody down, but that's not the case. So we're out here right now to come support them, to show them that the Teamsters have their back.
And you think other unions as well, because it's not just the Teamsters. I mean, a lot of workers can't survive.
Right. There is other unions also that are happy to support. Our
the ILA right now.
Right. So our general president's making a real big push. He's been on this, and it's starting to work. Starting to organize in other places, New York and other places also. So it's starting to turn now.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a business agent, and I represent actually UPS members.
And UPS contract. Has that been a big deal for the members?
Yes, it was. We had a record-breaking contract here, last year when we negotiated it. So we got over $30 billion. So it was definitely historic.
And if you have these non-union companies like Amazon, that really undermines the UPS workers.
Yeah, it does, because they can give rates at a cheaper price, right? But at the end of the day, the ones doing all the work are the people, the employees. So they deserve more. And if we can get them on the same playing field, then, definitely make us stronger.
And Amazon bought this big warehouse here, proposed warehouse for $200 million. What's happening with that?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about all that. I haven't heard about that, but they're buying places up everywhere right now. Trying to, and then at the end of the day, Amazon doesn't care. They'll shut a place down and leave everybody jobless.
And the benefits that you have at UPS are not at Amazon, like retirement, seniority, all the issues.
Yeah, so all the issues. I think there's all those issues. Pay, benefits, even pension. When you retire, when you work for a company for 30 years, you should be able to retire and not have to work until you're 70 or 80 years old.
Till you drop, huh?
Yeah.
Work till you drop.
Right, and that's what Amazon does. So we're trying to get them on, get them a good contract and start the process of, getting them on the status of UPS at some point.
And you think that nationally, the Amazon workers are going to be joining the union? They merged, the Amazon union merged with the Teamsters. You think that's going to make a change?
It is. It's hard. Amazon's they're a beast at the end of the day. So, but we're starting to get people to join now as it is. It's like I said, started in New York. I think it started in New York first, I believe.
JFK 8, I think.
So yeah, it's spreading now. The members understand we got a fight on our hands, and we can do it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be legal to have a union.
Yes.
Where is that? It seems like workers are terrorized and intimidated not to have.
They're scared. They don't want to lose their job, right? It's hard. You got to make a living these days. It's hard. If without no job, what are you going to do? You're going to be in the streets. And, unemployment's not much. It's not barely enough to survive. And the work they do now for Amazon, working 10, 12 hours a day, they still can't survive. You got to be able to survive. And especially with the company, they're up there, the top 1 or 2 companies, on billions on what they make.
And also the ILA workers are on strike. The Teamsters have said they're going to support them. What do you think about that strike of the ILA workers?
I think that's a good thing. They deserve the same. They deserve a better way of living also. And that's definitely going to help everybody else when it comes down to It's all a big circle. So when it all comes together, all the employees they benefit off it.
And one of their issues is automation. They want to automate, get rid of the longshoremen. Is that an important issue for workers in this country?
It's actually right now, it's probably one of the number one issues in every company right now. You know, UPS wants to do it, Amazon does it now. So we do need to get control of it because automation doesn't bring taxes in. You know,
robots don't buy products.
Right. So if they make everything robots, how are we going to survive here just as a country or even a city?
Well, they say they should have the freedom to automate, and we got to be competitive with China. Yeah. China is automated in sports. What's your response?
My thing is, why don't we make everything down here then?
The issues here at Amazon containing to health and safety is that it's only there when it benefits them. As soon as they need to meet their goals and. Okay, 1 second. I'm doing a thing. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, where was I?
The health and safety standards.
Yeah, they don't hold the standard. It just goes out the window as soon as they need to get things done, and they're rushing us, and we're just honestly we're working twice as hard because they send people home, and so the ones who are left and do stay till the end of the shift, we're working to push double the amount of work that would normally be spread out amongst more coworkers.
Are there injuries here? Are there injuries at this?
There are definitely injuries. A lot of people end up having to go on leave of absences without pay, may I say. And that's one of my personal issues is I've gone to management a couple of times and I told them I can barely stand. This morning when I got out of bed, I couldn't even put any weight on my feet. Even now, I'm trying to keep the weight off of it. And all they told me is, well, go to a doctor, maybe get a note, and we'll try to accommodate you. And that's the best they can do. They can't pay us to take the time off we need to heal. We don't receive the resources we need in order to heal and come back and earn our living.
So workers are breaking down because of the conditions.
Yeah. And we break down, and then we end up quitting, and a new cycle of people come in, and it just continues. It's not going to stop unless we do something about it.
What's the turnover here?
I'm honestly not sure.
But it's a lot of new work.
It's very high. Every time a group of new people come in, we're like, how long do you think they're going to last? It's
Take bets on that.
Yeah, exactly. Got a poll going and everything.
And have they tried to intimidate people against the union? Have they had separate meetings or something?
Honestly, they can try, but we have an entire team across a nation of people, of Teamsters that are going to have our back, so we're not really worried about all that. It symbolizes cross your fingers, wish us luck. Cross your fingers and wish us luck. That's how I live my life, and you got to do what you got to do, and here we are doing what we need to do.
Complying with the Teamsters and the workers, and they're not giving these guys a proper contract or whatever that these workers needs in order for them to have safe jobs.
Isn't that illegally required for them to do? Don't you have a legal right to have a union?
It's better. It's better to have a union. Benefits, safe jobs, the pay is important, right? I think the pay is the one that's making these workers have to be unionized because Amazon is making trillions of dollars, doesn't want to share it.
They want more.
Yes.
Kenneth Chu. I work for Amazon warehouse. I'm a part-time associate. Yeah.
And how long have you worked here?
A year and 9 months. 1 year and 9 months.
And what brought you to the decision to support the union?
Because the management is very... the management doesn't listen to the workers, and they just kind of make excuses and won't really make changes that we need to work safer and more productively at work.
So you're worried about your health and safety on the job?
Yes, definitely.
What happens?
Well, boxes were falling off the conveyor belt because they put too much stuff on the belt. They load too much stuff, and stuff will fall off on the floor, and then you might trip over it. And they keep saying, "Oh, you're supposed to pick up," and there's so much stuff coming down. You just get all confused about what's going on.
Sounds very dangerous.
It's dangerous, yeah, and they don't really care. They don't care. They don't care at all.
Have there been injuries?
the potential injuries. People put my trip, but they no serious injuries for now. But it's all potential hazards essentially. I mean, people are careful, but you have to be extra careful to not get hurt in that place. And you shouldn't be like that at workplace. You don't have to be always looking out for dangerous situations. I mean, if they do everything smoothly and efficiently, it shouldn't happen at all. But then they just try and rush through the volume, and that causes all these dangerous situations. Yeah.
Are they afraid of the union?
They are afraid of the union. Yeah. I mean, they try to ignore it, but essentially they try to ignore the whole situation. But you could tell that they want to avoid the whole thing at all, completely. They just want the union to go away, essentially.
They gave you ice cream too?
Yes, ice cream, because it's hot, supposedly it's hot there.
No air conditioning in there?
This is fans, yeah, overhead fans. You stand underneath the fans, it's great, but if you're standing in some place away from the fans, yeah, then it gets pretty stuffy in here, yeah. So it's not a great place to work. So that's why people are dissatisfied.
We're out here to get better pay. We're demanding respect. We out here, we get treated like cattle and robots, and it's unfair. It's truly unfair. We work hard. It's wear and tear on our body, and they don't give us days off to heal. Some people got 2 jobs to the point they go home and get an hour's sleep, and then have to wake up and go to their other job sore. And
dangerous.
It's unfair. It's unfair.
Have workers been injured here?
A lot of workers been injured here. A lot of them.
Has OSHA been here investigating?
Have you seen OSHA? I don't think I've seen OSHA.
I haven't seen their investigating, but sometime before I came in here, I'd heard about OSHA having to come in here investigating injury rates here. Amazon has one of the highest injury rates in the whole warehousing industry. That's compared to UPS, compared to FedEx, compared to similar companies. Amazon's safety protocols are inadequate.
It seems like they're getting away with it. I mean, that they don't have anybody putting the pressure on them to accept the union fight.
Right.
Is that why they're afraid of the union?
Yes, when you got that much money, you can do whatever you want, and it's unfair. It's not fair at all. It's not.
And Jeff Bezos is above the law, apparently.
Yeah, he acts like he's above the law. They think that there is nothing we can do to stand up, and that's why they're afraid of the Teamsters. They know that when it's a fair fight, that when we have the support of the Teamsters behind us, that they will lose. They are not in the right here. They are using unfair labor practices to oppress us, to put us down, and we are not going to stand for that.
And it seems like there's a growing strike wave. The ILA workers on the East Coast are on strike. People are just fed up. Boeing workers. Surviving in the Bay Area, how do you do that on the wages you're getting at Amazon?
I have to work 2 jobs. I work my full-time job here and another part-time job at a freelance job just to make things meet, along with support from family members. Amazon does not pay enough.
Who are we? Teamsters! Who are we? Teamsters!
What do we want? Contract! When do we want it?
Now!